Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand when your names are called and remain standing until you have taken the oath? Alan McPhee, James Rankin, John Gray, Elizabeth Graham, Ian Gillespie, Ronald Stevenson, Catherine Dunlop. You each hold up your right hand. You seven swear by Almighty God, and as you shall answer to God at the great day of judgment, that you will truth say and no truth conceal, insofar as you are to pass on the inquiry assigned for today.
Yes.
Please be seated.
All those ladies and gentlemen who have been cited to attend as jurors but who have not been impaneled are now free to leave this court. Your duties here today are ended, and I am grateful to you for your attendance. As you leave the court, you will be guided to a room where you may claim your expenses. Members of the jury, this diet is held under the Fatal Accidents and Sudden Death Inquiries Act of 1906 to inquire into the death on the 7th day of this month of Anna Lauder, aged 8 years. Thank you, Mr. Sutherland.
Witness number 1, my lord, Mrs. Jane Lauder.
Mrs. Jane Lauder.
The poor wee soul's dead. An inquiry isn't going to help.
It might help some other poor wee soul, not yet deceased. Are these all the biscuits you could find?
I don't know what Gail's done with the rest.
Eating them, no doubt. She's a healthy girl.
You're not suggesting it wasn't an accident, are you?
Not at all.
I suppose you've just been listening to the Glendoran gossip.
I never listen to Glendoran gossip. Most of it's malicious, or unfounded, or both.
All the same, there are some unusual aspects.
Look, Portia, why don't you go and sit beside the Fiscal for a bit if you've nothing else to do? I'm sure the occasional approving glance will warm his heart.
You are Mrs. Jane Lauder.
Yes.
Are you 35 years of age?
Yes.
And your address is 63 Golden Yard, Hampstead, London.
Yes.
And you are the wife of Alexander Lauder, farmer of Corriglass by Glendoran.
Yes.
But you are of independent means and live apart from your husband.
Yes.
On the 8th of this month, did the police in London inform you that your daughter had met with an accident?
Yes.
And did you come immediately to Glendoran?
Yes, I arrived here the following morning.
And were you asked to look at a body in the mortuary of Glendoran General Hospital and identify it?
Yes.
And did you do so?
Yes. It was my daughter, Anna.
I'm well aware that this is going to be a considerable ordeal for you, Mrs. Lauder. But please be assured that you have the deep sympathy of this court.
Thank you.
The purpose of this inquiry is to ascertain how Anna came by her death in somewhat unusual circumstances. You would greatly assist us by helping us to fill in a picture of her distressingly brief life. Will you do so, please?
Certainly.
She was adopted, I believe.
Yes.
I hand you a copy of a birth certificate. To the best of your knowledge, is that a copy of Anna's birth certificate issued by the Sheriff Court at the time of her adoption?
Yes.
Thank you. It shows that she was born 8 years ago. 8 years ago on the 27th of last month. Is that correct?
Yes.
Would you describe to us the circumstances of her adoption?
My husband and I were married 6 years ago. He's considerably older than I am. It was his second marriage. He already had a daughter who is only 10 years younger than I am. So we decided to balance things up a little.
By adoption?
Apparently I'm unable to have a child of my own. We adopted Anna in the second year of our marriage, 5 years ago.
I take it you're able to convince the adoption authorities that you'll be able to provide Anna with a good home.
Oh, yes.
At Corriglass?
Yes, they were very particular.
Corriglass is a sheep farm. Prosperous, I believe, but somewhat remote. Is that so?
Yes.
Did the idea of life on a sheep farm appeal to you when you married your husband?
I don't see what that's got to do with it.
Well, would you agree that you seem to come from a somewhat different background? That you're not precisely everyone's idea of a farmer's wife?
My husband isn't precisely everyone's idea of a farmer.
And yet the marriage foundered, did it not?
Have you seen Corrie-Glass, Mr. Sutherland?
Did you find life at Corrie-Glass difficult to endure?
Not difficult, impossible.
Because of its remoteness?
To a large extent. Apart from that, my husband is sometimes a little taciturn. I was very lonely.
And Anna?
She wasn't lonely.
Was that a good background for a child?
Well, it was different for Anna. She enjoyed the life of the farm. She's good. She was good with animals. The shepherds were very kind to her. So was my stepdaughter.
And you?
I tried to surround her with love.
And your husband did the same, no doubt.
He seemed very fond of her.
Then why did you try to remove her from this agreeable milieu?
I don't quite understand.
Oh, come, Mrs. Lauder. Did you not apply for custody?
Well, yes. Because I loved her. I loved her very deeply. And life at Corrie-Glass was all very well when she was a young child. But as she grew up, began to go to school, I felt that I could do more for her.
So you applied to this court for custody?
This court, Mr. Sutherland? To me?
No, my lord. The application was heard by Sheriff McAllister, who found the family situation at Corrie-Glass more attractive than London, however glamorous, particularly as the father had a school-teacher daughter to take care of the child.
Fine, fine.
Did your failure to gain custody of the child create a sense of bitterness?
Yes, I suppose so. Frustration, certainly.
Did you feel any animosity towards your husband?
Not particularly. Certainly not at the time. We had separated in quite a civilized way. I just felt sad for Anna.
Because you thought you would enjoy a better life in a London suburb than in a Highland glen?
It might not have been better, but it might have been longer.
Mrs. Lauder, it was you yourself who requested the holding of an inquiry. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is there anything you want to say about the circumstances of Anna's death?
I just want to know why.
So do we all, Mrs. Lauder. Thank you.
Mr. MacDonald, have you any points you would like to raise with your client?
Was Anna a happy child, Mrs. Lauder?
Yes.
Did she remain happy after you left Corrie-Glass?
I don't know. I believe she wanted to be with me.
Do you feel that the breakup of your marriage warranted leaving the child in these desolate surroundings?
I hope to have her with me eventually.
And do you now feel that if you had stayed at Corrie-Glass, this tragedy might not have occurred?
Yes, I do. I feel guilty. I feel that I was selfish. That's why.
Was Anna in the habit of wandering into the mountains by herself?
No, I never allowed her to. A child of that age.
Quite so. Can you think of any reason why she should have done so? Can you think of anything she might have been afraid of?
I'm not sure.
You have told us that your husband was occasionally taciturn.
Mr. MacDonald, you must not try to turn this into a trial.
My lord, there has been a great deal of speculation in Glendora.
There is always a great deal of speculation in Glendoran. It is seldom relevant.
But if the child was trying to get away from
At
Corrie-Glass,
this moment, we have no reason to suppose that she was.
we may come to that, my lord.
Mr. Campbell? Sutherland?
No re-examination, my lord.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Lauder.
Witness number 2, my lord, Chief Inspector Mingus.
Hugh Archibald Mingus, my lord.
Take the oath. By Almighty God,
I swear by Almighty God,
that I shall answer to God the great day of judgment.
as I shall answer to God in the great day of judgment.
That I shall tell the truth,
I shall tell the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
Thank you. Thank you.
You are Hugh Archibald Mingus, Chief Inspector in the Glendoran Police.
Yes, sir.
You're 43 years of age and have 21 years of police service.
Correct, sir.
Chief Inspector, will you tell us of the events within your knowledge which occurred on the 7th of this month and are relevant to this inquiry?
A telephone call was received at Glendoran Police Station at 4:30 p.m. It was from Mr. Lauder of Corrie-Glass, phoning from the hospital. In view of the nature of the call, I took Detective Sergeant Duff and went to the hospital, and where I saw Mr. Lauder.
What was his condition?
He was very distressed. He had good control of himself, but he was very distressed indeed.
What did he say to you?
He told me he found his daughter Anna's body in the hills above Correglas, near the Biala Chavuri. She appeared to have had an accident and to be dead.
Go on, please.
He carried the body down to Correglas and took it in the Land Rover to the hospital in the hope that there might still be some spark of life. But that hope proved to be unfounded.
Unfortunately. What did you do then?
When I viewed the fact that the body had been moved, I felt it essential to visit the locus without further delay. Mr. Lauder accompanied me, Detective Sergeant Duff, and a police photographer.
Did he take you to where he found Anna's body?
Yes.
Now, I hand you a book of photographs. Do you identify these as those taken on that occasion?
Yes.
Would you describe the locus? I think you mentioned the Biala Chavuri.
Yes, sir.
Now, as I understand it, that is a Gallic name, meaning the pass of the bellowing.
That's correct, sir.
Presumably the bellowing of cattle as they were driven south to the markets.
Yes, it's the old Drove Road. They used to drive the cattle down from the West Highlands to the lowlands.
Disused for many years, of course.
Since the turn of the century, I would think. Most of it's disappeared, but there's still a clearly marked stretch of it through the hills above Correglas. It has romantic associations.
Not in this context, Chief Inspector. But it passes through some very wild country, does it not?
Yes, indeed, it's very wild and exposed, surrounded by high mountains.
Does photograph A show that area?
Yes, sir.
Can your lordship see the photograph?
I hardly need to, Mr. Sutherland. I walked that path many, many a time as a boy, and I still remember it well.
Please continue.
Well, at one point, it passes along the top of a precipice about 30 feet high. Mr. Lauder indicated that he found Anna's body at the foot of this precipice. There are several photographs of this. B, C, and D.
Thank you.
How close to the top of the precipice does the Drove Road pass?
Approximately 20 feet.
Would it be possible to stray from the road without noticing the danger?
I would think that even a child of 8 couldn't fail to notice that the ground fell away very steeply.
Well, having inspected the locus and taken photographs, what did you then do?
It was getting dark by then, sir, so we returned to Glendorn and I reported the matter to your office. In view of certain unusual aspects, I decided to call for the assistance of the CID. Detective Chief Inspector Grant arrived the following morning.
What were the unusual aspects you had in mind?
I was uneasy about a child of that age wandering alone in that kind of country.
And who informed Mrs. Lauder?
Mr. Lauder tried to contact her without success, so we asked the London police to trace her, which they did.
Thank you.
Mr. MacDonald?
Chief Inspector, you were asked if it would be possible, in your opinion, to stray from the Drove Road without noticing the danger of the adjacent precipice.
Yes, sir.
You replied, even a child of 8 would be aware that the ground fell away very steeply.
Yes.
Do I take it you think it unlikely the child fell to her death by accident?
I didn't say that, sir.
You implied it, surely.
No, sir. She could have failed to notice the danger because she was concentrating on something else.
Concentrating on what, for example?
She could have been chasing a butterfly.
Or the other way round, perhaps?
I don't know, sir. I've never been chased by a butterfly myself.
I mean, she could have been the butterfly, could she not?
Donald, this is pure speculation on your part.
I think I have made the point, my lord.
You have indeed, if somewhat obscurely. You must leave it at that. Mr. Campbell?
No cross, my lord.
Sutherland?
No re-examination, my lord.
Thank you, Inspector.
What are you doing here, Miss Matheson?
I thought I'd sit in for a few minutes.
Witness number 3, my lord, Professor Charles Gilmore.
Professor Charles
Have you nothing else to do?
Not at the moment. Nothing urgent, anyhow.
You're aware that the devil finds work for idle hands.
My granny used to tell me that.
She was a wise woman. We must rescue you from that perilous situation. You've read this file.
Yeah.
You're familiar with the material.
Yes.
Good.
I shall answer to God of the great day of judgment.
That I shall tell the truth,
I shall tell the truth,
the whole truth,
the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
and nothing but the truth.
Thank you.
My lord, a matter has arisen which requires my urgent personal attention. If your lordship is agreeable, I would like to ask Miss Matheson to take over for me for a short time.
Of course I'm agreeable, yes.
Thank you, my lord.
Yes, Miss Matheson?
My lord, if I could have a moment.
Oh, surely, sure.
Thank you, my lord.
Thank you.
You are Charles Gilmore, consultant pathologist at Glendoran General Hospital.
Yes.
You are a doctor of medicine and a fellow of the Royal College of Surgeons of Edinburgh.
That is correct.
Did you, on the 7th day of this month, carry out a post-mortem examination on Anna Lauder at the instance of the Procurator Fiscal?
I did.
And did you, on the following day, go with the police to the locus where you were informed the body had been found?
I did.
Is this the report submitted and signed by you?
It is.
Would you read for us the summary of your findings, Professor?
Well, this young girl died as a result of fracture of the neck with contusion of the medulla oblongata. This would cause immediate death. Other minor injuries were present on the body. There was a small laceration in the left temple in which there was ingrained gravel similar to the gravel seen by me at the locus. There was no evidence of sexual assault. I have issued a death certificate in the following terms: fracture of the cervical vertebrae with contusion of the medulla oblongata.
Thank you. I'd like to elaborate on some of these points, Professor.
Thank you.
You say that death was due to this injury.
Yes.
There's no possibility of any other fatal injury being involved in this case.
None.
You visited the locus where the body was found. Is this injury consistent with a fall from the top of the precipice at the side of the Drove Road?
Oh, yes.
Did you find any evidence indicating that before she fell, this girl might have been assaulted?
No. I found no such evidence. The injuries I found and have listed in my report are consistent with their having been sustained during the fall or upon landing at the foot of the precipice.
There's just one other point, Professor. I'm thinking of the relatives, some of whom are in court at this moment. You did say that death would be immediate.
Oh, yes, I did.
Are you quite sure of that? I mean, she wouldn't have been lying there paralyzed or anything like that.
Oh, there might have been a very brief period of paralysis with a respiratory problem. But you'll recall that I mentioned a blow on the left temple.
Yes.
That would be enough to cause immediate unconsciousness. I think you may take it that she died without distress.
Thank you. That's all, my lord.
Thank you, Miss Madison.
You found fairly extensive injuries on Anna Lauder's body, Professor Gilmore.
Yes.
Could she have been slapped or pushed or something of the sort before she fell from the top of the precipice?
I'm a pathologist, sir, not a clairvoyant.
I am aware of the distinction. Now, I was merely trying to ascertain if you could exclude the possibility that she might have been slapped or pushed.
No, I can't. There was no indication that she was.
Did you examine this body particularly for evidence of any older injuries, Professor?
I take it you're talking about what is called the battered baby syndrome.
I am talking about Anna Lauder.
I have found no evidence of any previous bruises or fractures beyond the usual bruises and scratches to be found naturally around the knees and legs of a young girl. There was no evidence of any bruises of the type to be seen in cases of assault upon children.
Was there no evidence at all that a simple slap or a shaking, perhaps, could have preceded the fall?
I should be speculating if I answered that question.
My lord, is the judgment of the Lord Advocate as to whether this should be a public inquiry or something quite different being questioned?
Thank you, Miss Madison. I take your point. But you may sit down. Mr. MacDonald, I think I have already had occasion to remind you that this is not a trial. Now, have you any further questions to put to this witness?
Thank you, my lord. No.
Mr. Campbell? Miss Madison?
No re-examination, my lord.
Thank you, Professor Gilmore. Now, Miss Madison?
Witness number 4, my lord. Detective Chief Inspector Grant.
I felt it desirable to take a few moments off and have no biscuits.
No, none left.
Fortunately, Miss Monroe will be back in a day or two. You know, I thought this was going to be straightforward, open and shut.
Is it not?
But I'm beginning to wonder.
I got the impression it was just a wee girl wandering up into the hills and getting lost. Thought it was just a case of warning parents to keep an eye on their kids. It's necessary from time to time.
You know Alec Lauder?
Oh. I meet him occasionally at the Flag Club.
A violent man? Sudden bursts of temper?
Could be. He's too controlled, perhaps. I think if there was too much pressure, he could blow a gasket.
You know, he was a prisoner of war for 4 years.
No, I didn't.
He was taken prisoner in Greece. That sort of thing affects people in a wide variety of ways. Some it doesn't touch at all. Others it turns into introverts. Introverts with chips on their shoulders. Chips of varying dimensions.
Well, that was a long time ago.
Well, sometimes the scars are permanent. I suppose you've heard the gossip.
Yes, he's not much liked.
Well, of course he isn't. I suppose if you spend your life wandering the hills, winter and summer, looking after sheep, it gives you a detached view of the human race. And nobody likes a man who's self-sufficient. Makes the rest of us feel inadequate. No, I was thinking of the more immediate gossip.
I heard a suggestion that his wife tried to get the kid away from him because she thought the kid was in some kind of danger.
Exactly. It was to stamp out that sort of thing that I recommended this inquiry. There's no evidence at all to support it. But our Mr. MacDonald of Edinburgh seems to have been instructed to follow that line. And is doing so with a kind of devious integrity which seems to flourish in that city like the green bay tree. I better go and rescue Miss Matheson. Though I've no doubt she's getting along perfectly well.
Finally, Chief Inspector, you did, of course, make every effort to find any possible witness as to what actually happened.
We did, but without success. You would hardly expect to find witnesses in an area as remote as that. It would be sheer chance.
Shepherds?
Well, the Corriglass shepherds were at a shearing on another farm that day. I questioned them very carefully, and I'm quite sure that none of them went onto Corriglass land. I also interviewed about 30 men at the construction camp at Glengarve.
Could you tell us about the camp, please?
It's attached to a hydroelectric project at present under construction.
How far is it from Corriglass?
Oh, it's about 6 miles over the hill. The contractors run a bus to and from Glendoran so that the men can get into town at reasonable times, for entertainment and so forth.
Does the bus pass near Corriglass?
No, the access road goes down Glengarve in the opposite direction from Corriglass until it reaches the main road.
Had you any reason to suppose that any men from the camp might have been on Corriglass ground?
Well, I understand that 1 or 2 of the men will occasionally walk to Glendoran by way of the Bialach of Vuri and Corriglass.
A shortcut?
Well, it wouldn't be a shortcut, it would be quite a walk. But if a man had missed the bus or had a taste for walking, he might take that way.
Were you able to discover if any of them had gone that way on the day of Anna's death?
Well, most of the men not working that day went into Glendoran by the contractor's bus, and those who didn't were seen about the camp from time to time during the afternoon. We cross-checked very carefully.
So you're quite certain that no men from the camp walked over by Corriglass that day?
Well, men can tell lies, miss. I expect you've noticed that.
Oh, yes. Women, too, sometimes. But apart from that...
I'm reasonably satisfied.
Thank you very much, Chief Inspector.
Thank you, Miss Madison. Now, Mr. MacDonald.
You examined the area around the locust with great care, of course. You've already told us that.
Yes, sir.
You found damage to vegetation and marks on rocks on the face of the precipice, consistent with their having been caused by a falling body.
Yes, sir.
You examined the area at the top of the precipice with particular care, no doubt.
We examined the entire area with particular care.
Yes, of course you did. But did you see anything at the top of the precipice that suggested a struggle of some sort?
No, sir.
Can you eliminate the possibility that a struggle may have taken place?
No, sir.
Thank you.
On the other hand, the undergrowth at the top of the precipice is tough heather. It would have to be a considerable struggle to leave unmistakable evidence. A wee girl of 8 wouldn't have done much damage to it.
I wasn't thinking of damage done by a wee girl of 8.
Mr. MacDonald.
Thank you, Mr. Grant.
Mr. Campbell. Miss Matheson.
No re-examination, my lord.
Thank you, Inspector. Yes, Miss Matheson?
Mrs. Annie Gillis, my lord.
That is witness number 5.
Annie Gillis.
I'm sorry. Yes, my lord.
Yes. Thank you.
And here, Mrs. Gillis, just take your time and you'll be all right. Annie Gillis, my lord.
Thank you. Oh, Mrs. Gillis.
Where are we now? Finished with Chief Inspector Grant?
A couple of minutes ago.
No fireworks.
Not yet, but they'll come.
You'll be right. How are we getting on?
Hey, this is Mrs. Gillis. Will you...
No. You carry on. You're doing splendidly.
Thank you.
You are Mrs. Annie Gillis, age 40, wife of Donald Gillis, and living at Corriglass.
Yes.
Is your husband head shepherd at Corriglass?
Yes.
How long have you and Mr. Gillis been with Mr. Lauder?
12 years.
So you're old friends of the family, really?
Yes. I feel so terrible about Anna.
I'm sure you do. Well, try not to let it distress you for the moment. Who was at Corriglass on the day Anna died?
Well, there was just the usual household. There was Mr. Lauder, there was Miss Mary, and there was Anna.
You and your husband live in a cottage near Corriglass?
Oh, just next door. The farmhand and a younger shepherd live in the cottages about a mile down the glen. There's no one else.
Miss Lauder teaches at a school in Glendoran, I believe.
Yes, she goes off early in the morning. Usually she takes Anna and drops her off at the wee local school. This day Anna was on holiday.
We've been told that the men were at a sheep shearing some distance away. Is that right?
Yes, except for Mr. Lauder. He stayed behind to catch up with his paperwork. He doesn't like paperwork. He's always a bit irritable until he's up to date with it.
In what circumstances did you last see Anna?
Mr. Lauder had to go into Glendoran to the bank. Anna didn't want to go, and would I keep an eye on her while he was away? It would only be for about an hour.
Where was Anna?
Playing around the steading. She's a contented wee thing.
Go on, Mrs. Gillis.
She could play away for hours by herself.
Where were you?
Baking.
Does your kitchen look out onto the steading?
Yes. Anna was in and out of the kitchen once or twice. Then she went down by the burn. She'd been building a little dam to make a pool. Her father took her once in the Land Rover to the dam they're building in Glengar. That's where she would get the idea. Then when I looked again, she wasn't there.
What did you do?
I phoned down the glen to the cottages, but she hadn't been seen. So then I thought she must have wandered up onto the hill. I went into the house for the telescope. You could lose an army in the hills around Corriglass. And then I heard the Land Rover. Mr. Lauder was back from Glendoran.
Did Anna often go up onto the hill?
She wasn't allowed to go by herself. But she sometimes went up with the shepherds if they weren't going too far. She was well used to it.
Thank you. You've given us a very clear picture, Mrs. Gillis.
A very clear picture indeed, Mrs. Gillis. But I would like to clarify one or 2 points still further.
Yes, sir.
Anna was 8 years old, too young a child to be left on her own. When Mr. Lauder went into Glendoran, did he expressly leave Anna in your care?
He asked me to keep an eye on her. Isn't it the same thing?
Not precisely. Mr. Lauder gets a bit irritable when he's behind with his paperwork. What is he like when he's irritable?
Well, he's just like the rest of us, I suppose.
Does he get angry? Does he lose his temper?
Sometimes, perhaps. All of us do.
Anna knew she wasn't allowed on the hills by herself.
Yes.
I imagine her father would be somewhat angry when he found she'd disobeyed this restriction.
He was very worried.
But when he went off to look for her, he was being put to considerable trouble. And presumably his paperwork was still unfinished.
Say nothing,
Yes,
please.
yes,
My lord.
yes, Mr. Campbell. Mr. MacDonald, you are inviting this witness to indulge in the wildest of speculation, and you know perfectly well that you are not entitled so to do. Must I remind you yet again that this is an inquiry and not a trial? Do you wish to ask her any further questions?
Thank you, my lord. No.
Now, Mr. Campbell.
Mrs. Gillis, I think you've known Anna ever since she came into the family. How did she regard her father?
She loved him, sir.
And my client, Mr. Lauder, how did he regard her?
He's not a man to show his feelings very much. Maybe that's just as well. He's been through a great deal. But I know he was very fond of her.
Thank you.
Miss Matheson?
No re-examination, my lord.
Thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Gillis. You may stand down now. Matheson, I think this will be an appropriate time to break for luncheon. Call.
I hope that...
You'll be doing me out of a job, Miss Matheson.
Jane, I must talk to you.
Why not? There's nothing between us. I mean no anger. It wasn't your fault.
It wasn't anybody's fault. Why are you doing this to him?
I'm doing nothing.
Your legal ferret's going to tear him to pieces.
Yes, I hope so.
Why, for heaven's sake? He's done nothing to you. It was you who ran out.
I ran out on Corrie Glass.
You've no reason to. You knew what it was like before you married him.
I didn't know what he was like. There were days when he'd never say more than a couple of words. You've seen him like that. One could bear that sort of thing, I suppose, in a different place, where there were people, but not at Corrie Glass.
He's a quiet man. There's a lot in his life he's entitled to brood about.
Not at my expense.
Anyway, you can't blame him for Anna.
He could have shared her with me. He could have let her spend part of her time with me.
He was afraid to. He was afraid you'd poison her.
Poison her?
Against Corrie Glass.
Why should I?
To square things up with yourself, I suppose. Because you couldn't take it. Oh, I don't know what the psychologists would call it.
She would have survived my poison. She didn't survive Corrie Glass.
That was an accident.
Do you believe that?
Of course.
I think he killed her. That's why my legal ferret's going to tear him to pieces. I don't suppose you want to lunch with me?
No.
You went on foot to look for Anna?
Yes.
You didn't take the Land Rover?
I thought at first she might have gone up the burn since she'd been playing at it. It wasn't until I was well up that I thought of the Bialach Avuri. Then it was quicker to cut across country.
What made you think of the Bialach?
I'd taken Anna up to the Glengarve power scheme a few days previously. She'd been building a kind of model of it in the burn. It occurred to me that it might have crossed her mind to go up and take another look.
6 miles?
It wouldn't seem like 6 miles in the Land Rover, not to a child. Besides...
Yes?
Well, she had a sort of affection for the Bialach.
Why?
I talked to her a good deal about it. Told her stories before she went to bed at night about the old drovers. Oh, some of them were colourful characters. Many of them must have put up for the night at Corrie Glass. I think she thought of them as friends of the family.
When you cut across the hill, at what point do you arrive at the old drove road?
About a mile below where I found her. I could see that she wasn't on the road between there and Corrie Glass, so I continued up.
I take it that you first saw Anna from the top of the precipice?
Yes.
I think you mentioned to the police that she was lying on her back and quite straight.
Yes.
Now, I'm sorry to have to press this point, but does it not seem a little strange? One would have expected a rag doll attitude in the circumstances. Can you comment on this?
No, sir. My recollection of those moments is extremely confused. I got down to her as quickly as I could. She appeared to be dead. I carried her down to Corrie Glass and took her into the hospital.
Hoping that you would be wrong.
Naturally. It may make very little sense. I've seen death often enough.
Thank you.
Mr. Lauder, you walked up the Grove Road expecting to find Anna.
I thought it at least possible.
Had you any reason to suppose she might have strayed from it?
No particular reason.
Why did it occur to you to leave the road and go and look over the top of the precipice? Well, answer my question, please.
A buzzard was hovering.
Very convenient.
And particularly significant to a shepherd, Mr. MacDonald. Kindly refrain from making gratuitous comments on the witness's answers. Now, go on.
Obliged, my lord. Mr. Lauder, we are told you are a man of moods, that you become irritable when behind with your bookkeeping, that you occasionally get angry and lose your temper. Are you inclined to be impatient?
With fools, sir?
With little girls who disobey their father's strict orders?
That would depend entirely on the circumstances.
You said that when you first saw her, she was lying on her back, quite straight.
I also said that my memory of that time was not very clear.
Oh, you must have a reasonably clear impression left in your mind. I must say I agree with the Procurator Fiscal. I find it quite incredible.
These were not Mr. Sutherland's words, my lord.
I agree. What Mr. Sutherland said was, does this not seem a little strange?
Which is quite different.
Quite. Mr. MacDonald, if you must quote, will you make some attempt to quote accurately?
I beg your pardon, my lord. I was carried away. Carried away with indignation. Mr. Lauder, I am going to put it to you that there was no buzzard. That you did not first see Anna from the top of the precipice. That she was on the Drove Road. That she saw you hurrying after her. She knew she had done wrong. She may not have expected immediate and violent punishment, but she ran to get away from you. She ran blindly, and that was how she met her death. But she was like a rag doll. She was not lying peacefully, like the Lady of Shalott with folded arms.
She was.
With folded arms. Your memory is improving, Mr. Lauder.
She was lying on her back. Her arms were folded, like this.
You expect us to believe...
Please, Mr. MacDonald. Go on, Mr. Lauder.
And her eyes were closed, my lord.
She fell from a 30-foot cliff, like that?
Oh, don't be a damn fool, sir.
Oh. Quiet, please. Quiet.
No further questions, my lord.
Really? My lord, I would like to move an adjournment for a few minutes. It appears we have another witness.
Another witness?
An eyewitness, my lord, or so I'm informed.
Very well. How long do you want? 15 minutes?
Thank you.
Mr. Lauder, I must remind you that you are still under oath. Court!
He's in Mr. Drummond's office.
Who is he?
He's a Pole, name of Ludwig Skopinski, employed as a labourer on the Glengarve scheme. Well, he appears to have been in court this morning. Went out for a couple of drinks at lunchtime to get up courage, I suppose, though he's not drunk.
So?
Well, he came into the station about half an hour ago and told me enough to make me think that he could help.
Speak English?
Oh, remarkably well. Clever devils, these foreigners.
Is he a suspect?
Oh, nothing to make me think he is at the moment.
Well, in that case, we can have a little chat with him. Come on. This is Mr. Skopinski. Dzień dobry, panu.
Pan mówi po polsku?
Only a smattering, I'm afraid. I'm not one of those clever devils. So I think we'd better stick to English. Mr. Skopinski came to this country about a year ago by way of West Germany. There seems to be some doubt as to whether he's in this country legally or otherwise. Anyhow, at the moment he's employed at Glengarve. I think you better get the rest from him. Right?
Thank you.
Now, tell us how you think you can help us.
Mr. Skopinski, I have to advise you that you are under no obligation whatsoever to answer any question that is asked of you in this court if you feel that the answer might in any way incriminate you. Now, you do understand that, don't you?
Yes, thank you. I understand.
Yes. Mr. Sutherland, he does realize, does he, that he may have an interpreter if he has the least unease in the English language?
That has been explained to him, my lord.
Yes, good.
But his English is very good.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Mr. Skopinski, you are of Polish nationality, but you're at present working on the Glengarve power scheme. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
On the 7th of this month, you decided to walk to Glendoran by the old Drove Road, which passes close to the sheep farm of Corriglass. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You've taken that route several times.
Yes, I like to make long walks. I like to be with myself. I don't like to be with people.
You're a lonely man, is that so?
Please?
Samotny.
Ah, yes, that's so.
Mr. Sutherland, how do you expect the shorthand writer to transcribe that? Please curb your gamesmanship.
As your lordship pleases.
Did you walk all the way to Glendoran that day?
No.
You returned to the camp?
Yes.
And on the following day, when you were questioned by the police, did you tell them that you'd never left the camp?
Yes, I was afraid.
Why?
I did not think that they would believe me. I did not know if I should be in this country. I did not know what they would do to me. I am foreigner. I am nothing. Robotnik. A laborer. So I was afraid.
Afraid to tell them what happened on the road?
Yes.
But now you wish to tell us about it?
Yes, sir.
Before you do so, I would like to ask you a little about your past life. You have no wife or family.
You know this, I tell you.
But I want the court to know.
I do not wish to talk of this.
Well, I think perhaps you should. Let me help you. I refer to the closing stages of the Second World War. You were in Warsaw and engaged in what has become known as the Warsaw Rising. Is that correct?
Yes.
Was it a fact that very large numbers of people were in flight from Poland and the eastern parts of Germany?
Yes, they tried to get to the west.
Was it a fact that as refugees, many of them underwent great hardship, many of them died, and were never seen again?
That is true.
Are we going to come to a point, Mr. Sutherland?
At any moment, my lord. Mr. Skopinski, were your wife and daughter, Elżbieta, among those refugees?
Yes.
Do you know what has happened to them?
No.
Have you ever seen them again?
No.
Do you think of them a great deal?
There has been nothing more in my life that I like to think of very much.
Did you ever think of them on those occasions when you took your solitary walks to Glendoran by the Biała Chavuri?
Always.
How old was Elżbieta when you last saw her?
She was 8 years.
Will you now tell the court, please, what happened on the Drove Road that day that Anna Lauder died?
Elżbieta. Czy to prawda? Elżbieta! Błagam! Proszę! Elżbieta! Proszę! Elżbieta! Nie!
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, who speaks for you?
I do.
Have you reached a verdict?
Yes.
Is it a unanimous verdict?
Yes.
Will you read it, please?
We find that Anna Lauder, aged 8 years, who lived with her father, Alexander Lauder, at Corriglass near Glendoran, died on the 7th of June 1975 at about 4 p.m. on a Biała Chavuri near the Drove Road there. She died due to a fracture of the neck and contusion of the medulla oblongata caused when she fell down a precipice at the side of the road, a distance of about 30 feet, and that no blame can be attributed to any individual.
Let that verdict be recorded.
Mr. Sutherland, it would be the
greatest of pities if Mr. Skopinski's position in this country were to be in any way jeopardized by his appearance in this court today.
I'll take it up with the appropriate authorities, my lord.
Do, please.
Sure, an agreeable arrangement will be arrived at.
Thank you very much.
Court.
Thank you for telling me what happened.
I'm sorry. Do you need me for anything else, or is that it?
Well, that's it, Mrs. Lauder. I think you've done enough. You asked for the inquiry. You now know how the child died. There's nothing more, surely.